These mini e-readers exist to stop you scrolling, to stop that impulse you have to grab your phone, and to have you use your time more intentionally. But I did buy mine on impulse, on a whim. I saw it online, and I thought to myself, hey, I want this, and although it was on a whim, it's possibly the best decision I've made, at least in the most recent 5 years. It's helped me read over 14 books in just over 4.5 months, and because of that, I decided to make another impulsive purchase. I decided to pre-order the next one, and that decision is one I regret. Today, I'm going to walk you through why, and what you should do if you're in the market for a mini e-reader yourself. So first things first, how can I say it's one of the best decisions I've made, but I also bought it on impulse, and then I regret buying the new one on impulse? Well, there's a difference. The X4, which I bought initially on impulse, solved an issue for me. I wanted to read more, I saw this device, I decided to order it, it solved my problem, and I got it in 3 days. The pre-order didn't do that. When I bought it, it was simply a promise. There was supposed to be touchscreens, a backlight, coming very, very soon, like in a few weeks. Because I was sitting there with my mini e-reader with broken buttons, no touchscreen, no backlight, thinking, this is annoying me. I'd really want one that works. So I did what anyone would have done. I did some research, found these devices, and I ordered them. On paper, they did everything I wanted. So why do I regret this decision? Well, there's 3 reasons. The first is because a pre-order isn't just a pre-order. It's crowdfunding in disguise. You think you're reserving a finished device sitting there in a warehouse somewhere, waiting for launch day, but we're not. These small companies, your pre-order money is what's funding their manufacturing run. The device doesn't exist yet. You're an investor who thinks you're a customer. We don't really know the difference yet. And if you know anything about crowdfunding, the track record for crowdfunded hardware is rough. A recent study looked at 144 funded hardware campaigns on Kickstarter, and only 1 in 3 delivered on time, and the delayed ones were significantly more likely to ship with missing features or production issues. Kickstarter's own numbers say roughly 9% never deliver at all. Not late, they just never rock up. Now from my side, I am confident that we'll actually get these new devices from brands like XTEINK and EEGO, just based on what they've been posting on social media and based on the history, because I'm holding an XTEINK device here right now. But even if we do, it's going to be an early model. So this is actually an X3, we'll get to that in a moment. But my first one was an X4, and I had issues no one else did because it was an early model. My buttons were fragile where everyone else's weren't. I had software bugs, and it was just a hassle in general. And that brings us to point number 2. What hype does to our products. E-readers are going absolutely viral right now. We've either got book talk, online, even in person, they're everywhere. And I think it's a great trend because the devices are genuinely good. But when there's hype, there's pressure. It creates a community with money ready to buy things. And what that does to these small companies or potential companies is they start to rush. They start to announce the newest products. They try to win on hype and to capture those pre-orders. The EEGO products here, the X4 Pro, the S4, all these products don't really exist yet, or they didn't. The promises came first. Our pre-order money funds their production run, then they ship it as fast as possible. And what we end up with is, well, we end up being QA, the quality assurance. I know because this happened to me. As hinted at before, my X4 has broken page turn buttons. I used to press them hundreds of times a day, but only a couple of days in, I pulled it out of my pocket and those buttons were gone. Prior to that, I had issues with the button being really wobbly. This is an X3 and the button's very tight in there. The quality is much better, but it just came out and suddenly my device wasn't usable. Well, it was, if I poked a hole, it was like not usable day to day, to be real. I was in the middle of reading my first book in 5 years, and I'm interrupted by this button that's driving me crazy. Yes, it was a rare issue, and yes, it's only a defect that a few people had, but I had to live with it because I was early. I was the QA here. That's the whole reason I was trying to buy a new one. So why did I make that same mistake again? Well, the answer was hype. I was waiting on the new shiny thing, and I'm probably gonna end up with a new half-made device. The buttons might not work this time, or they might work, or something else might not work. And I know this isn't an issue just for mini e-readers. I know this is an issue with pre-orders in general. So if you've got any stories yourself, let me know down in the comments. Honestly, I'm not hating on pre-orders, because to be honest, if you really want something on day one, it's one of the best ways to do it. And these little companies only exist because early buyers take that risk. Nobody's giving a small 3-person team a massive loan to build a credit card sized e-reader. A lot of these devices only exist because people funded them before they were real. I just think you need to view it differently. View a pre-order as money you're donating to someone, with the rough chance you get a device in return. And that device is going to be an early model, no matter what. You might have bugs and issues that are all going to come with it. If you're happy with that, then great. But if not, just know there's no guarantee. But here's the third reason. And this is the one that probably stung the most for myself, because ultimately I bought this device to get off my phone, to stop the impulses to scroll and check things, and to be more intentional with my time, and to consume content that I wish to consume. Have a better content diet. And what I ended up doing was instead checking updates, checking my order, and it was bringing me back to my phone all the time, instead of taking me away from it. It took that intention right back off me. The device is supposed to exist to kill that loop, to stop me grabbing my phone, but reflecting back, it was doing the opposite. What was doing that was my X4. Even though it was broken, it was simple, it only read books, didn't have a light, yes, it didn't have a touchscreen, yes, but let's be real, I can sit in front of a lamp, and as long as the button wasn't broken, it worked perfectly. It was exactly what I needed. So instead of imagining all those new features in your next device, I think it's much better to imagine the kind of reader you are and what you actually need to get you reading. Because ultimately, the most important part about an e-reader is that it gets you reading, not that it's got a light and that it's fancy and that it's new. So yes, I do regret ordering or pre-ordering my EEGO. If it does rock up, I'm probably going to enjoy messing with it, but I'm not waiting on it anymore, because in the meantime, I did buy this. This is the XTEINK X3. Yes, it seems a little bit stupid because I already have an X4, but I've got a family member who wanted my X4, so I figured I'd give that to them, kill two birds with one stone, and I get to try out a device that doesn't have broken buttons and has much better build quality, is a little bit smaller, and I can read again without those distractions. I don't have to worry about a pre-order, waiting months. This was available to order, it's tangible, and it solves my issue. I got it within 3 days. So what I'm saying is, if you want something to read on, this device is perfect. Buy the thing which works for you. If you need a touchscreen, if you need Android, if you need a backlight, don't buy this one, wait. But maybe avoid the pre-order and wait until they're in the hands of people so you know which one's the right one for you. I'm going to be making a video on my thoughts on the X3 compared to the X4, so subscribe to that video coming soon. And if you want to support the channel, go watch one of my other videos here, such as my recent one on my everything journal, which changed how I go about my day.